What's up, sister? It's your girl Danielle, and welcome back to the Pretty Powerful Podcast.
Hi, friend. It is Love Month. And by that I mean, at the time of recording this, it is now officially February. And so if you are listening to this in February, happy February. And we are all about love this month, right? We got Valentine's Day and Galentine's Day, and we're just all about this love. And here we are going to apply it to ourselves by talking about how can we create more self-love? And okay, can I just be honest with you? Because we're friends now. I'm so tired of seeing self-love gurus, and I did air quotes there, telling us how to love ourselves. Just wear the bikini. Just do this. Just say affirmations. Just the, right? And it's so much fluff. And again, I'm a fan of affirmations. I'm a fan, okay? However, if you're like me, you're probably like, okay, this is real fluffy. I need concrete things. Like, I truly struggle with loving myself. What can I actually do? Actions that are like real. Not that affirmations aren't real. Because I'm about to talk about affirmations in just a second. But, more concrete. Like, how can I truly create more self-love? Why am I... I feel like I'm all over the place. But I really so many things in this space in the world are just so fluffy and just so cute and just so just breathe. And if you're someone like me, I'm hype. I'm turning up, I got some hip hop going. I got some, it's just, I'm on a different energy, a different vibe. And so I like to just be giving concrete things like this will actually help you create more self-love. This will help you actually love your body in more tangible ways than just think about how much you love yourself. It's just not my jam. Okay. If it's your jam, great. Do what works for you. But I'm going to throw out a different idea, a different system of strategies that you can use to love yourself using the 5 love languages. And again, I thought that this was perfect timing with this month that we really dig into this. So I want you to think about a time when you were dating someone, right? You're that person, okay? For me, when I met my now husband, the first couple of months, now I'm like, can we please go back to that? No, I'm just kidding. He's great. But when I think back to that, I'm like, man, he used to always randomly bring me French fries and flurries. I mean, the dude knew how to get, he knew how to win me over. It's really not that difficult. And men or women, if you're listening and you're like, I don't know how to make my partner happy, food is probably an answer. Okay. It just is. It really is. So I remember he would do those things, and then we spent so much time together. Right. And we're hugging and all the things. And then, so we got all this stuff and then he would tell me how amazing I am. Right. And I would do the same thing for him. Oh my gosh, you're so wonderful. You're so cute. You're just the best. Right. I would do cute little things. Right. I wanted to make dinner, and then, and then I would get him gifts. Right. And then we would spend again so much time together. And so when we think about the relationships that we try to build, whether it's with a romantic partner or a new best friend, especially as adults, right? What do you do with friends? My friend, if you see me rolling with a whole bunch of the blingy Starbucks cups, my best friend buys those for me, okay? I don't even buy them myself. Just randomly, she'll bring me those. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so nice, right? And then I see random Barbie things and I buy for her because she's obsessed with the Barbie movie. And so we do these things because we want to show other people love. Right? We spend quality time. We tell them how awesome they are. We do random acts of kindness for them. We give them hugs. We give them gifts because we want to show them how much we love them. And also we want to impress them. And they want to do the same for us. And so as I was thinking, not too long ago, I really struggle with my own body image and confidence, and I'm a work in progress, just like everybody else. But as I have studied through my education with sociology, and I taught at a college, and just my whole journey with health and wellness, I read the book, The 5 Love Languages, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. But then I thought, what if I could apply this to myself? Right? This sounds great. How do I show other people love? But I think I'm pretty good at trying to make other people happy. My whole life, I think that's what most girls are taught, right? Your goal is just to make everyone else's lives better. You do everything for them. What if I applied this to myself and really tried to create more self-love using these actions? And so that's what I decided to do. And so I want to share with you and I want to challenge you today. If you are someone like me who is doing everything for everyone else and you're constantly thinking about other people and you put yourself last and you're wondering why you're looking in the mirror, struggling to love who you see, and you maybe even forget who you are, then I want to challenge you to do some of this today. So as we know, if you've never read the 5 love languages, it's literally just sharing how we receive love and how we can build love with other people, right? Based on their love language. So for example, the first one is words of affirmation, right? Telling other people how wonderful they are. So how can we apply this to ourselves to build our own self-love? If we know that majority of us feel love based on with words of affirmation, how do we give that to ourselves, right? And so that's where I was at the beginning of this, where I was like, fluffy affirmations, but affirmations done in a way. So what I would challenge you to do, if you're like me and you're like, affirmations are great, right? Because when we think of affirmations, we think of, I'm wonderful, I'm great, right? You can even tell by the way I just started saying that. It just feels like something you're supposed to repeat to yourself. So I want to challenge you as you're going through this to build your own self-confidence. When we're thinking about words of affirmation, can you look at yourself in the mirror and say something that is true, right? If I said, oh my gosh, Danielle, your legs are so beautiful. I love the cellulite on them. It's so great. My brain instantly is like, what are you talking about? That's not even close to what you think or feel. Like it's so off. Like it's so off, right? Or if I said, Danielle, you're so wonderful. You're basically a billionaire. I mean, come on. So I think for a lot of us, when we think of affirmations, if we've never done them before, we think of those things of, they're so big and so just out there that they don't even feel believable. So let's make them believable. So your words of affirmation, if you want to hype yourself up, like I use some of Eminem's lyrics as my affirmations. I'm like, homegirl, like you are taking the actions. I'm so freaking proud of you, right? Like, do you realize what you just did yesterday? You killed that workout. Like you modified the crap out of what you needed to, and you literally finished that workout that you didn't even think you could. Yes, girlfriend, right? And so this can literally be conversations with yourself, hyping yourself up based off of things that have happened or things that you're taking action on. So sure, if you're like, I do want to be a billionaire, great. But right now you might not be in that mindset. So what can you say now, right? Did you earn $100 extra yesterday where you can be like, girlfriend, do you see your bank account is literally growing? How freaking awesome is that? Like you're killing it, right? You're taking the actions. And so you're saying things that are true and real, and while also saying things that will challenge you and push you to see yourself in that positive light. So what are you going to start saying to yourself, right? Using the words of affirmation to show yourself more love. The next one is acts of service. So doing small things for other people, right? So like I said, maybe cooking dinner for someone, or you're cleaning, or you're, right? Like you do something just completely random to just surprise them, to be like, yay, I did something for you. When was the last time you did something special for yourself? Maybe it's taking yourself out on a date. Maybe it's buying yourself that bag that you wanted. Maybe it's, right? Maybe it's just reading a book in silence, and that's your act of service to yourself. Maybe it is cleaning. Maybe you're like, homegirl, like my house is a disaster. You know what would feel really good to me is if my house was clean. And so like, I'm going to serve myself and do that. Now, if you're someone like me, that doesn't sound like a great act of service for myself. If someone else did that for me, yes. But me doing it doesn't make me feel loved, okay? So it's all about you and what would feel good to you. So what sort of acts of service can you do for yourself that will help build your love with you? Because look, at the end of the day, the 5 love languages is to build a healthy relationship. We're trying to build a healthy relationship with ourselves. We put so much energy and effort into building relationships with other people, and we forgot to put that the time and the energy into building that healthy relationship with ourselves. So this is all just, how can I date myself, essentially, right? How can I take her out on a date? How can I, give her hype messages? How can I serve her? How can I, right? These types of things. The next one is physical touch, which kind of sounds funny when you're thinking about self-love, but hey, girlfriend, you do you. But, you take physical touch for yourself however you want to. I am going to say that physical touch could be really anything. Maybe you need to pat yourself on the back, literally, because you don't give yourself enough praise. Maybe you need to give yourself a hug. And again, that sounds funny, but that's a real act of love. Hugging yourself, maybe while saying your affirmation. Hug yourself. How can you just be present, right? Maybe it's holding your own hand and just thinking about how powerful you are and how grateful you are, right? It can be so simple, but it's just making ourselves stop in the day and pay attention to us, pay attention to who we are, what we, right? Like I'm literally right now, like looking at my hand and like, when was the last time you just looked at the little lines on your hand? I don't know if there's any meaning to those, but like I get to be more present and aware with myself. And so maybe that's all physical touch is, right? You decide what that is, but how can you use physical touch to build self-love with yourself? And then the next one is obviously gifts, which is probably the simplest one. And it can be a gift that is expensive if you desire, or it can just be a simple gift, right? Maybe writing yourself a note. People love when they get notes, handwritten notes. Maybe it's handwriting a note to yourself. Maybe it's a simple trip to Starbucks by yourself or wherever you like to get your coffee and, just enjoying a coffee by yourself. Maybe it's buying a pen. I'm looking at my favorite pens. Or maybe it's buying a new hair product or maybe whatever. You get the point, right? Shower yourself in gifts, and it doesn't need to cost a lot of money, but show yourself some love and appreciation with some gifts or a gift, whatever. And the last one is quality time. And I know many of you will fight me on this because you're like, I don't have time as it is. And I get you, sister, same. But if you truly want to build that healthy relationship, think about it. If you were on the hunt for a spouse and you found someone and you were like, I'm sorry, I'm too busy to ever hang out with you. I'll see you in 3 months. They'd be like, okay, well, I ain't got time for that. Bye. So same with you, right? You deserve to have some quality time with yourself to build that healthy relationship, because if you ignore that time with yourself, you will never build that healthy relationship because you're not putting the time and energy into it. So, and time can be simple. Maybe it's sitting outside in your car for 5 extra minutes before you walk inside the house. And don't act like you don't sit out in your car in silence before you go inside your house. I know you do. Or maybe it's, asking someone for help and taking that time to go get a manicure. Maybe it's, spending a few extra minutes in the shower just with your thoughts. Maybe it's taking the time to read a book or to watch your favorite show that you never get to watch, or taking a nap, right? What is it that you can do by yourself to create? And again, I'm not saying this is easy. Don't come at me and be like, I got kids, I got this, I got that. I know, okay? I know. I'm just saying, can you find a way to take 5 minutes for yourself in some sort of way to just be present with yourself, present with your thoughts, and to dig into this whole idea of the 5 love languages to really build that healthy relationship with yourself? Because I know it's the relationship that you are not pursuing. You're not investing in. You're not loving on. You're not appreciating enough. And if you would take the time to build that healthy relationship using the 5 love languages, again, because like I said at the beginning, the fluffy stuff is great. I'm all about the fluffy stuff. It's cool. Use it. Do what works for you. But the 5 love languages gives you literally 5 different ways to treat yourself as if you're in a relationship with yourself. And I think we forget that we are. We are the only one that we are ever, like, this is the longest relationship you're ever going to be in, is the one with yourself. This is the only relationship where you're going to hear the thoughts and the true beliefs your whole life. So how can we grow that relationship in a healthy way to truly build that confidence? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all for. When you really learn how to love yourself and love who you are and treat yourself in a healthy, loving, respectful way, it builds trust with you. And we know that confidence is simply a trust and belief in yourself. So if you trust and believe in yourself because you focused on that relationship with yourself, your confidence will start to grow faster, stronger. So if you desire more confidence, we got to start by creating a healthy relationship with ourselves. And these are 5 ways that you can do that simply every single day, or choose one each day to focus on to really build that relationship. Okay, I would love to hear from you, sister. Are you trying these? When you try these, hit me up on social media. Tell me all about it. Tell me what you did. Share how it's going for you. Like, I would love to shout you out and really, honestly, just hear from more than, I hear from my clients, I hear from myself. But I want to hear from you. Did this work for you? Did you enjoy this? Is this a new way of viewing confidence and self-love that serves you? And I'd love to talk more about it. So hit me up, send it to me on social, DM me, do all the things. And I hope and know that you will have a powerful day because you're making the decision to grow your healthy relationship with yourself. So until next time, my friend, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If this served you and you're like, I think I know some women that this could serve and support, just click share. Like, share this on your socials, tag me in your stories. And the more women that we can help build their confidence and their self-love and increase their body, like, it's just so magical. So we're in this together. Let's do this. Have a powerful day. Goodbye, friend.
I'll remind you at the end of every single episode, you do not owe the world pretty, but you do owe yourself to step into your personal power, because you, my friend, are a powerhouse woman. Go out and prove it to yourself.